welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the only board game review show that would almost certainly survive a nuclear war. My name is Cody, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most anticipated titles of 2014. That, of course, is 5 Tribes from Days of Wonder. 5 Tribes marks something of a departure for Days of Wonder. Days of Wonder is generally known for putting out more accessible gateway games like Ticket to Ride, Memoir 44, and Shadows over Camelot. 5 Tribes is a bit more complex. It's kind of a mid-level Euro, and it's something quite a bit different from what we've seen in the past from Days of Wonder. It is designed by veteran board game designer Bruno Cathala. The sun'll come out, Cathala, so you better hang on till Cathala. Before I get sued, let me go on. All you need to know right now is this was designed by Bruno Cathala.
Wait, Cody, did you just say Bruno Cthulhu?
Yeah.
No, guys, I did not say Bruno Cthulhu, I said Bruno Cathala. Bruno Cthulhu? What would that be like?
Just because I'm Frankenstein's monster, don't mean my name be Frankenstein. I was given a name by master, just call me Stu and everything's fine. But everybody just calls me monster.
5 Tribes is a sort of a worker placement game, except that it's not a worker placement game. It's sort of an area control game, except it's not really an area control game. It's sort of an economic game, but it's not really an economic game. I could go on. There are a multitude of mechanics at play here in 5 Tribes. The board is made up of a 5x6 tile grid. Now, each of these tiles has various actions on them and a point value worth. And you're going to, from a bag, randomly distribute various meeples upon each of these tiles. Now what you're going to do on your turn, and you bid for turn order, is go ahead and start moving these meeples around the tiles, dropping off each tile as you move along. For instance, if a tile has 4 meeples on it, you would have to move 4 spaces, dropping a meeple off on each space. The last space you land on has to have a meeple of the same color that you're dropping off. Now, when you reach that last space, you have to do the action there. Or I should say, you have the option of doing the action there in most cases. These actions can be things like putting a palace or a palm tree on that space, which makes it worth more points. You can buy a genie, which give you special powers. You can buy cards from the market, resource cards, which also allow you to do various things throughout the game. Also, the colored meeples that you collect, because you're going to remove those meeples of the same color when you finish your turn, also have special abilities. For instance, if you take off the blue meeples, you're going to get money for all of the blue tiles around you. If you take off the white meeples, you'll be able to buy and use genies. If you take off yellow meeples, you'll be able to collect points in all sorts of weird ways. There are tons of things you can do in 5 Tribes. Like I say, it's a hodgepodge of mechanics. When players claim a tile, they do so with one of their camels. Now, once all of their camels are gone, that immediately triggers the end of the game. Or, if no players can make a legal move, if all the meeples have been distributed in such a way that there is no legal move on the board left, the game ends. Now, once the game ends, you're going to add up every single possible way you can make points. And whoever has the most points wins the game. This is kind of a victory point salad game. There's just so much going on here. So here's the question. Is 5 Tribes worth playing? Is it worth owning? Now, I have to tell you right off the bat, I am not a huge fan of Euro games. Now, there's a few that I do like quite a bit, but Euro games are never games that I'm just salivating to play. I prefer more highly thematic games, you know, like Fury of Dracula, Game of Thrones, Twilight Struggle, Star Trek Attack Wing. I like highly thematic games, and this has got a good theme to it, don't get me wrong, but it's a basic movement game, basic area control, a worker placement. Why am I saying basic? It's not basic at all. It's very complex. But it's a Euro, and they're not my favorite. I never run screaming, can I play a Euro? Can I play a Euro? Having said that, this is an amazing game. I really like Five Tribes. It is easy to see why this game was so sought after at Gen Con. It's a fantastic game. It's fantastic because of all those different possibilities, all those different avenues to victory you can take. It's tremendously fun. I love the fact that you can be exploiting one avenue to victory. Say you're collecting all of the yellow meeples that you can, while somebody else is going after those card resources, somebody else is collecting genies, or going after the area control, trying to collect the tiles. I love it. I love this game. It reminds me a lot of Russian Railroads. Russian Railroads is another area control game. Again, it's a Euro, and despite the fact that I'm not big on Euros, I loved Russian Railroads. I may like this better. I don't know. I really have to think about it. But what I might have to say right now, it is, you know, late August 2014 when I'm making this review, and I have to tell you, this may be my favorite game of 2014. There's another game I'll review here pretty shortly that's also up there. I don't know, but this is certainly, undoubtedly, right now in my top 3 games of the year. Undoubtedly. I really like Five Tribes. It's complex. You know, you kind of have to work to get through that first game to understand what's going on, but once you get a hang of it, it's not terribly complex. I mean, there's no one mechanic that's so difficult to master. You just have to learn the rules, and I think you're set. It's a great game. It's a great game. Days of Wonder hit it out of the park again. They are a fantastic company, and they put out another fantastic game. So, the Discriminating Gamer recommendation for Five Tribes, undoubtedly, is buy it.
Buy it!
Yeah! Well, thank you for joining us for this episode of The Discriminating Gamer. We really hope you enjoy these reviews. Please like us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube. The Discriminating Gamer!
Please somebody help me on my feet again.